Good evening, everybody. Tobin Industrial once again, and today I just want to do a brief video on a gentleman originally from St. John's, I believe. A gentleman that I don't know, but I've come to know a little bit of his history through this mandolin that I have here. The gentleman's name is Daunt Lee. Like I say, he's originally from St. John's. I believe I was told he lived somewhere near the Grace Hospital in St. John's, the old Grace Hospital. He has since moved to St. John's. Apparently he married a Japanese woman and has moved to Japan. Possibly never coming back, I don't know. But he made this mandolin. It's a beautiful mandolin that I just recently picked up. I picked this mandolin up in Conception Bay South, CBS. That's just outside St. John's. The last time I was out in St. John's for work. It was listed on Newfoundland Classifieds, and the reason why I ended up getting the mandolin, looking for a mandolin in the first place, was I was speaking to my dad one evening, and he had mentioned he'd like to have a mandolin. He plays a little bit of mandolin and acoustic guitar, but he did dabble with the mandolin, and he had a mandolin at one time. And he knew that I travel back and forth to St. John's, and I walk in on some good deals sometimes, and as you know from my bartering experiences and the videos I've got up. And so he asked if I would go and have a look for a mandolin. So luckily, within a month, I located this in the classifieds, and I communicated back and forth with a gentleman that was selling it. It wasn't Daunt Lee. It was a person who got it from Daunt Lee. Apparently, Mr. Lee wanted a loom. It's something for making mats, I believe. I never did much research into it. It's an antique loom that this gentleman in CBS had, and they made an agreement that he would give them handcrafted mandolin, and he would give Daunt the loom. Apparently it was an antique loom and worth a lot of money. I don't know what Mr. Lee would charge for these mandolins, but it certainly does sound very nice, and it's very well crafted. It's probably one of the better mandolins I've ever played. And I haven't played a whole lot of mandolins, mind you, but it's certainly well done. Very, very fine detail, and very professionally done. And it sounds wonderful. I'll give you this. I'm not a mandolin player, but I'll give you an example. It's really nice. Anyway, I brought it down to the old man, to Dad, and he put some new strings on it because it was 7 years old, and this gentleman that had it never played it. And he decided that he didn't want to hang on to it, and he said if he needed it, he would certainly ask for it back. But anyway, so I got it back again, and I've been learning to play a little bit more onto it. Haven't quite dabbled into it too much. But anyway, getting back to the mandolin, it's the gentleman Daunt Lee. Apparently he's making mandolins, and I have his picture up here on Facebook. Unfortunately, he hasn't made contact with me, but here's a picture of him fitting a neck to a new octave mandolin, which is probably twice the size of this one. It's what they call an octave mandolin, and I think that's what he specialized in. Besides mandolins, he done the octave mandolin, which would be twice the size, we'll say. So that was May 28, 2008 when this photo was taken, and he is fitting the neck to the base of the mandolin. I want to tell you a little bit about the mandolin from what I know. The top is spruce. Looks like the sides and back and neck are mahogany. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful wood. I don't know if the video can pick up the quality and the beauty of the mandolin and how well everything ties in. I mean, certainly a lot of professional detail. It's just standard run-of-the-mill keys that you usually see on a mandolin. He also he decked the top of the neck here with a different kind of wood. I'm not exactly sure what it is. Possibly rosewood. And it carries on down, and it's probably rosewood here, and for the nut and the bridge. I'm thinking, not sure. But the rosewood here looks a bit lighter than it should be, and I'm thinking it's because it's just been laid up and left out and dried out. I need to put some lemon oil on the neck here. Anyway, in terms of craftsmanship, I give this 10 out of 10, and I'd like to thank the gentleman who sold it to me. It was a nice gentleman. I got it for a nice price, and I got to say it was really a pleasure talking with him over that month, and then eventually getting in there to actually make the purchase. Anyway, last but not least, I want to say that if Mr. Lee ever sees this video, I appreciate him getting in contact with me. I've made contact through Facebook, but I've been told that he's pretty well left the country, and probably the Facebook account is closed. But the reason why I would like to make contact with Mr. Lee is because I had a cousin, an older cousin, who made fiddles, and he also made specialty guitars, and the kind of laptop guitars that you'd play. But he specialized in fiddles or violins, whatever you want to call them. And his name was Kenneth White, and he was much older than me, but my cousin nonetheless, and certainly done some fine craftsmanship, and he's got some beautiful fiddles. Unfortunately, he passed away some time ago, a few years ago, and I don't have one of these fiddles. I've always wanted one, but I think the fiddles he had did go to family, and rightly so. But I certainly would have liked to have one, just to say that I had it, because being a musician, I'm certainly very interested in that stuff, and I certainly do appreciate it, and I enjoy looking at it, not alone playing instruments, but just I enjoy the craftsmanship, and I just enjoy looking at it. And so anyway, seeing that there's some history of instrument building in the family, Kenneth was also good with woodworking. Of course, all the old school people were good with working, of course. My dad used to build boats. My dad is a musician himself. He entertained for years, and like I say, he used to play harmonica too. And like I say, the family's been the family and the extended family has been musically inclined, we'll say. It's been something that's really brought the family closer, and it's something that I certainly enjoy very, very much. So having another handcrafted instrument by a gentleman that I don't know, but I would like to get to know a bit more, and get to know the history, and exactly where he's to, and how are things going, and how he started in the music industry. Just add the history behind this mandolin. So anyway, even though you don't know, thank you, Mr. Lee, for your craftsmanship and for making such a beautiful mandolin. Anyway, that's all I have to say for today. Hope you guys appreciate this video, and if the spirit moves you, please subscribe. Thank you.